everyone, this is Mrs. Vodden from the art room again. So today I'm going to show you how to do this version of the optical illusion heart, or OP heart. You're going to need a couple of supplies. You'll need a pencil, you'll need some color crayons or colored pencils, or even some markers. Black marker would help because we're going to make those nice dark black lines, so you'll need that. You will need a piece of paper and a piece of scrap paper to cut a heart out of, which means you're going to need some scissors too, or you need a heart tracer. If you were in class with me this year for Valentine's Day time frame, we traced this heart shape and then did our version of the optical illusion heart. If you don't have a tracer though, you can use a piece of scrap paper, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So go ahead and get your supplies, and I will be back here in just a moment with you. Okay, so if you do not have a heart tracer or a heart shape already made, here is one easy way to do it. You're going to take a piece of paper that is a little bit smaller than whatever paper size you're going to do your project on. We're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to draw half a heart. So you start with the folded edge, not the open edge. So my open edge is over here. I'm going to draw my heart shape with my pencil, and then I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut my heart shape out. Now for my tracers, that was all I did. I cut one heart and then traced it onto a piece of heavier paper so that we could use it over and over again in class. So here is my then heart shape. It looks a little bit too wide for me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to carefully trim off a little bit. That looks a little better. I can take it and I can put it on my paper, and I can see that yes, it is going to be a good size. I have a little bit of room on both edges if I want to use this heart shape. I am going to use the heart shape we used in class just because it is a little thicker and easier for me to trace. So here's my heart shape. What we're going to do is put your heart shape in about the middle of your paper. So let me turn my camera a little bit so it's a little bit more straight on for you guys. There we go. So I'm going to do this as if it is about the center of my paper. It looks like it could go up just a little bit. So I'm going to trace it. Super easy, just trace your heart, and then we're done with our heart. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our grid lines. So we're going to make some straight lines going vertically and horizontally. So our first line is going to go vertical, and it is going to go down our paper, dividing our heart in half. Now, if you do not have a ruler, that's fine. I just drew an about line. Part of this project is fun not having an exact line. It's still going to turn out beautiful without having to be exactly perfect. Now I'm going to divide my right half into half, and I'm going to divide my left half into half. There we go. Now I'm going to visually find the middle going across my paper. So right about here is middle, so I'm going to draw a line that goes across. Then I'm going to divide this one with two lines, so it'll end up being divided into thirds. So I'm going to just visually divide into thirds and divide into thirds as well. Then I'm going to come up to the top and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to divide into thirds. So here is one. Here is my second one. Now I'm done with my pencil. I'm going to set it to the side. I'm going to grab my black marker. I'm going to use my Sharpie for this project. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can use a black Crayola marker. You can use a black felt tip pen. You can use your black crayon. It is your choice. So I am going to trace all my lines. So all of my vertical lines are going to be traced. All of my horizontal lines are going to be traced. and then I'm going to trace my heart. Now, if you've been in class with me, you know I am bad at tracing, so you probably see a bunch of pencil marks on my paper, and that's totally okay. I'm just going to take my eraser, and I'm going to erase away any pencil marks that I can see. Now, when you're erasing, be careful that you don't rip your paper. I know some people like to get a little excited when they get erasing, so just be careful not to rip your paper. Okay. Next thing you're going to do, you are going to pick two colors. Two colors. And it does not matter what colors you pick. I did gray and violet red for this one. I think I'm going to do black. And let's do a blue. Let's see. We'll do indigo. Indigo is kind of a blue-violet color. So, first thing we're going to do, we are going to do our background. We're going to leave the interior of our heart totally blank, and we're going to do our background doing vertical lines. Now, vertical lines, again, are up and down. So I'm going to set my second color to the side. I'm going to start out with black. And as you can see, my black crayon is pretty well used. Doesn't matter if you have brand new crayons or old crayons, or brand new pencils or old pencils. You can always use them. So I'm going to start in my first box. And I am going to make vertical lines, which are up and down. So I'm going to start up my line, and I'm just going to draw my lines up. The closer my lines are together, the darker this box is going to look. Then, because I'm wanting to create a pattern, I'm going to skip my second box, and I'm going to do black in my third box. There's my first row. My second row, I'm going to do the opposite. So, if I did black here, I'm going to do my second color, which will be blue in just a second, or indigo in just a second. But for now, I'm going to leave it blank. I'm going to do my second one with my black crayon, but I don't want to do my heart. I'm only going to go from my heart line to the top of my square. From the heart line to the top of my square. Then I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to do around my heart on the other, my fourth box. So again, from the top of my heart to the top of my square, and that is where I stop. My third row and my first row are going to be the same. So these are going to be the same. So if my first row is black in the first box, my first box outside my heart is going to be black as well. So just inside that little sliver, I'm going to make black. Then I go all the way across my heart, and that will be done in a little bit, to my fourth box. My fourth box and my fourth box up top are white, so I'm going to leave that one white. Now, my second row and my fourth row are going to be the same. So, second row has the first box white, so my fourth row is also going to be white. Then I hit my heart, so I'm not going to worry about it. Come over here to my second row, the end box, and I have my black, so I'm going to do outside my heart with those black vertical lines. Now, fifth row is exactly like third row and first row. So I'm going to start out with black in my first box. I'm going to skip. I'll do black in my third box, but I'm only going to do from the heart down. So my heart is still 100% white. And then this box is going to remain white. My last row is going to be the same as my second and my fourth row. So it's going to go white, then my black, then white, and then my black. Okay, so now it's time to go in and do our heart. Our heart is going to be the opposite of what is on the outside. So if it is white on the outside, I'm going to put black vertical lines on the inside. If it is black on the outside, I'm going to leave it white for right now. So this is white, so that means this interior part is going to become black. This one is black on the outside, so it's going to remain white. This one is white, so the inside is going to become black vertical lines. My outside of my fourth and final section is black, so I'm going to leave that one white. Second row of my heart. My outside is black, so my inside remains white, which would make this one then black, because we're keeping with that every other one pattern. So I'm going to do black vertical lines. This one will be white, and then just to double check, this one's white on the outside, so that makes this one black on the inside. Okay, third row. White on the outside means it is black on the inside. Then we're going to go white, then black, and then we'll double check on our outside to make sure we have this one correct. So this one has black on the outside, so that means my fourth section of my heart should be white, which it is. Okay, final section of my heart. Outside of my heart is white, which means inside is going to become black with my vertical lines. Outside is black, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that one white. Okay, so we have now finished with our black. We're going to keep it out though, because we will be adding a shadow effect after we are done with all our colors. So you're going to grab your second color. I need to peel mine off really quick. Get a little bit more of my crayon showing. So my second color is indigo. You can pick whatever color you want for your second color. We are going to do horizontal lines for this one. So vertical lines go up and down, horizontal lines go side to side. So every box that we left white, including the ones in our heart, we are going to draw horizontal lines through. So I'm just going to go through. I'm going to do horizontal lines in my second and my fourth box. And again, with this crayon, the closer your lines are together, the darker it's going to look, just like with our black. I'm going to do the inside of my heart where it is white as well. Again, still keeping with those horizontal lines. Horizontal lines. So horizontal lines all the way down. Some of mine are getting a little close together. Oh well. Okay, second to my last row. Still doing those horizontal lines, still going side to side. Last row. Still going side to side, filling in those white squares. Okay, so now we have this checkerboard heart with a checkerboard background, which looks really cool as it is, but we want to take it one step further and make it float. So to make it float, we're going to take the color that the outside is, we're going to color kind of a halo around our heart. So I'm going to start with my indigo because that's the color that's in my hand. And I'm going to color just in my indigo boxes. I'm going to color really dark. And then I'm going to color just a little bit lighter further out. This is going to help create that shadow. So this is black, so I'm going to skip it. I'm going to come to this one, which is indigo. I'm going to color dark. And then color a little bit more on the outside to kind of fade it out, to give it that shadow look. Again, I have black here, so then I'm going to skip over it to go to the indigo one. And I'm going to need a little bit of a shadow here because I've done this before and I know that, so I'm just going to do a little bit of coloring right in here. Then I have black. I'm going to need a little bit right in this one just to kind of keep that shadow look. This one's black again, so I can't do anything there. Do this one in my indigo because it's indigo, and do dark right along the edge, feathering it out. Skipping this one because it's black, going to my last indigo one and giving it that shadow with a little bit of a fade. Okay, so there we've done the indigo. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my black crown. I'm going to go for all the black ones, and I'm going to color dark around the back outside edge, light a little bit above. I'm going to get a little bit into this one up here, which means I need to go back to my indigo and do a little bit right here, just to kind of give it an even amount. And I'm going to come to my next one. Just going to work my way around my heart, going dark at the edge, and then getting a little bit lighter further out. This one, same thing. Down here, just a little bit to give it that equal shadow as I go around. Here again, I'm going to go dark against my heart, a little bit lighter as I go around. Next one, a little bit lighter as I go around, and then my last one right here. And then I'm probably going to need to go a little bit into this black and get my indigo again as well, just to give it that even shadow look. And there you have it. There is our floating optical illusion heart, or OP heart. There are 2 other videos along with this one that you can look at to do 2 different versions. This can be done for Valentine's Day, this could be done for Mother's Day, this could be just a fun way to show somebody you care, show somebody you love them. Could be good for Teacher Appreciation Week, could be good for Christmas, could be good for anything that you want to show that you care about somebody. So, hope you have fun, and if you have questions, come see me.